Hello everyone, welcome back. The Star Beats fan. I telling the top 3 artists who didn't like David Lee Roth is a famous American rock singer who is known for his lively and flashy stage performances. He was the lead singer for the legendary hard rock band Van Halen and also wrote most of the lyrics for the band's sound, which mixed pop and punk elements with hard rock. Their debut album was groundbreaking, and their most popular song, Jump, became an anthem of 1984. Roth was a big part of Van Halen's rise to fame in the late 1970s and early 1980s. He is best known for his work with the band, but he also had a lot of success as a solo artist in the 1980s. Songs like Running with the Devil and Eddie Van Halen's guitar masterpiece Explosion showed how intense the band's energy was, and Roth's big personality and charm solidified their reputation in the mid-1980s. Roth also had a great solo career. After more than 10 years apart, he returned to Van Halen in 2007 for a hugely successful North American tour that made the band's most money ever and was one of the biggest tours of that year. Roth had a huge impact on rock music and pop culture. However, his bold personality often made it hard for him to get along with his peers. Many other artists said they didn't like him, which led to famous rivalries. Even though Sammy Hagar liked more complex music, he thought that David Lee Roth's musical contributions were lacking. RTH started to lose interest in the band's direction, and Eddie Van Halen's growing focus on keyboards led to creative conflicts between the two, which eventually led Roth to leave the band for a solo career. Hagar later said that Roth cared more about his image as a rock star than making meaningful contributions to the music. In an interview, Hagar described Roth's stage presence as flashy, saying, "He's a real character, he's all show. The difference between him and me is that I care about everything I do and how it affects people, but I don't think he cares about that. He's very much into himself, very much into being a showman." Roth's behavior made the experience uncomfortable, according to Hagar. "When we did the tour, I thought it was going to be so much fun," he said. He was the worst guy to be around, and he wasn't ever around. Jeff Young. It was 1988 when Jeff Young played guitar on Meat Death's album, So Far, So Good. He left the band the next year and later talked about being offered the chance to audition for David Lee Roth's band in an interview with the Metal Voice. Young said that he turned down the offer because he thought Roth would end up in Vegas, which is exactly what happened. Young called Roth crazy and said he didn't regret his choice. "I just don't really like his voice, to be honest, and I've since learned he's a lunatic, so I made a great choice." His nuts Jack Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen was known for being easygoing, but David Lee Roth was very strict, which often caused problems that sometimes turned into heated fights. People were given plenty of time to calm down. Eddie wanted darker, more experimental sounds while Roth wanted songs that would sell more copies. These disagreements made their music and the band less cohesive than earlier albums and marked the start of Roth's departure. Van Halen had initially chosen Roth as a musical collaborator, but it was clear that they were never friends. They were just talented musicians who complemented each other. Roth said in 2019 that they have never gotten along and have always hated each other right up until the last phone call. By the time of the 1984 tour, Eddie was tired of the sideshow parts of their performances, where they weren't playing together on stage and rough solos were the norm. Eddie said, "I couldn't have gone on like that, so it was a good thing that Dave quit."